So on each Venn diagram, shade the appropriate region to represent the information given in each part of the question. So this one now, remember that means the intersection, okay, where A and B intersect. So it's going to be here, okay. So we'd also then, of course, need to label this if it's not labeled A and B. Okay, so it's where they intersect here, where they overlap. So so the values in here are in A and in B. And remember that like kind of looks like the letter A. So it's like in A, but it's also got to be in B. It's got to be in both. So the only place it's in both is where they intersect. It's not going to be in over here, because over here it's in A, but it's not in B. So remember, this means A and B. Okay, it's got to be in A and B, so where they overlap. This one though is when A and B unite. Okay, so this is the union of A and B, so it's basically everything in both of them. So again, we label that A and B, so it'll be everything. So that's what we'll shade there. Okay, the whole thing. Okay. Remember now, this is the complement of A. So if this is A and that's B, the complement of A is everything outside of A. Okay, so we're not going to shade inside A here because that would be A, but I want the opposite. I want the complement of A. So essentially we're shading everything outside of A. Okay, as so. We need to make sure we shade everything. I'm doing this quite quickly to get through the video as quick as possible. But we need to be really clear about the region then that we're shading, right? And we're obviously leaving that there. Okay. And then we've got B complement at the top here, so that's obviously exactly the same as we had last time, but now we're gonna shade in everything that is outside of B, sorry. Okay, so watch out here, okay, because you need to be careful not to shade anything inside that circle of B. Okay, because we want to go outside the circle of B. Okay, so when it comes to A, we're sort of shading in most of it, but we're not shading this bit in, because if we shade this, it's inside B, and we don't want that, so it's everything outside of B. So with the next one, A union B, but complement. So basically, A union B is everything, isn't it? Belonging to A and B here, where A and B are united, yeah? United, but we want the complements, we want everything outside, so essentially we're going to shade out here. Okay, so make sure, as I said, when you're shading that you are very clear on the area that you want to shade, so do not go inside those circles. I'm sure you can shade a lot better than me. Okay, every part needs to be shaded. Okay, fantastic. And then we've got the A intersection B complement. So remember what A intersection B is. It's where A and B intersect each other. It's in both A and B. So everything outside of this. Okay, so we want to go that way. Yeah, everything outside. Okay. Do not go in that overlap. Be perfectly clear in terms of what we're shading. In the exam, of course, you should be using a pencil. Okay, and you can see clearly then I haven't shaded anything in there. So then this one, so we've got a couple of ones to think about at the end here, okay? So the complement of A union with B. Now, if you think about the complement of A, it's everything outside of A, okay? Right, so everything outside of A would be like going in that direction, yeah? We do not want to go inside that circle. And so, okay? So we're not shading in there at all because it's the complement of A, but then it unites with B. Okay, so the complement of A is everything out here, yeah? We perhaps shade the whole thing in first. That's the complement of A, yeah? But remember, it unites then with B. Now B is well, you can see most of B is shaded in, but it unites with all of B. So we need to shade in all of B here, okay? So all of that, even this bit here will need to be would need to be shaded in, okay? And you might think, well, hang on a minute, that's like inside A, and we want the complement of A. And that's true. Okay, we do want the complement of A, everything outside of A, but remember it's united then with B, and B happens to be here as well, so we need to include all of B, so it just happens to be inside A, and that's perfectly fine because you're uniting here two different parts. And finally then, well, similar sort of approach then, we've got A united with B complement, so we know B complement will be everything outside of B. Okay, so it's very much the same as the last one. But this time we have complement of B. But that unions with A. Okay, so unions with A. Now A is all of this, so united with all of A. We've got to include this as well then. Okay, just as we discussed before. So the only bit that's not shaded then is this bit here, because we've done the union. We've put together all of A. Okay, all of A here with B complement, with the outside of B.